Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my LinkedIn Lives. I'm Jasmine Navarro, certified wellbeing expert, working with educational institutions and companies, helping them support their family wellbeing challenges. As you know, every week I interview different experts who make a difference. And today I'm super excited to be interviewing Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Thank you so much for coming. So good to see you again.
Happy to see you.
Yes, as always. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Lisa. I'm an animal behaviourist. So I studied clinical animal behaviour at the University of Edinburgh Vet School. So I help people with their companion animals, and you work with cats and dogs if they're displaying a behaviour that is worrying their guardian. So maybe they're barking and lunging at other dogs. Maybe the cat's not using their litter tray. Also provide training and prevention support, so behaviour advice to help prevent problem behaviours from occurring as well. Yeah, and also schools and talk to children about caring for pets and staying safe around dogs. You know, how to be a doggy detective and spot signs of dogs not feeling comfortable because they can't tell us they're feeling worried.
Sounds amazing. No, it sounds amazing. I know you're amazing, fabulous at what you do. So you chose a different topic today, but I know it is related to your topic. So you chose skills children can build early to become future leaders. Can you tell us about that? Why you chose it for school?
Of course. So I, the Prince's Trust originally helped me set up my business. It's called the King's Trust now. And I think probably without their help and support, and my mentor Peter's support, and obviously my family as well, I don't think I would have run a business, just because it felt too big and too challenging. And I think, well, it can be still. But I think that could be the case for a lot of children as well, just thinking there's only one possible career path available to them. Maybe, I don't know, if they come from, I don't know, a lower income family, or maybe their parents have never run a business, or I don't know, they've just got doubts and lack of confidence, which is really normal. But just, you know, how to develop skills at a young age, which can then be transferred later on in life to whatever a child wants to do, whether that be running a business or, you know, being a teacher, you know, doing whatever they want, but not letting kind of things, ideas, like stories that they tell themselves, hold them back. Because I know you do a lot of work with kids and kind of building confidence and building resilience. And I just think that's so important, because quite often it's the stories we tell ourselves that stop us doing things. And that's really sad.
Yeah, it is. And it can be avoided. That's the thing. It can be avoided. But if you don't know, then you just get caught up, don't you? But no, I think it's a brilliant topic. So what would you say are the skills that children can build early?
Sure. So I think, I mean, I met someone in the queue to Parliament because I was meeting a lady from, and I was, how old was I then? 28, so older, in the queue to Parliament, because I was going to speak to a lady about dog legislation, and we just got chatting in the queue, and she was like, "Oh, I'm presenting to MPs today," and I was like, "Oh God, how do you have the confidence to do that?" And she was like, "My mum made me go to drama and acting when I was younger, and it just really fueled me." She didn't enjoy it all at the time. Thinking, oh, and I did a bit of drama at school, but I didn't really enjoy it.
No, I hated drama.
Taught me lots of things. You did it as well, did you say?
Oh, my mum. No, not my mum. I hated drama. I didn't choose it in the end because we got to a point where we had to choose what we wanted or whatever. But I remember doing it, and I absolutely, if I had to do something where the spotlight was on me, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. And I think that's what it is as well. It depends, I guess, on the type of drama it is.
Yeah.
I was thinking, how can I incorporate that into making me more confident? And then I started doing, like, it was a longer journey, but I remember speaking to a client and my mouth closing up, and I was like, this is really embarrassing. Like, I've got to sort this out. So I started going to improvisation classes, which was really fun and like low key. And the lady in my area in Hitchin, she does them for children as well, but it's fun, it's games, it takes that kind of school element out of it. You know, sometimes if we have to do something at school, maybe it takes the joy out of it a little bit. So then I started doing that and just got out of my head, and it just really helped me like get up and be seen. Like, you're completely kind of vulnerable, because sometimes people are, you know, sitting, it's a safe space, of course, but well, this one is, you know, people are sitting down and just watching you move and, you know, talk, and you're on the spot, and it just really, really helps. And you know,
totally. If you can get over that fear at the beginning, because that fear can be debilitating, can't it? But I guess if you just keep going and you keep, like, you know, working on little bits of it each time, then you do get through it. It's not like a mountain, but it's a mountain at first, isn't it? But if you keep going, you get up there.
And like with improv, I just find, because it's like a game, kind of silly experience, like there's no kind of rules. Like, you can make a noise if you want, if you have nothing to say. Like,
I don't know if I like that.
Or make a body movement. Like, you don't have to have like this script. And I think that can help you later on in life when you don't sometimes know what to say, or you feel anxious, and then you just say anything, like to strike up a conversation with someone, or to speak up in meetings, like, you know, kind of stepping forward and just putting yourself out there and just getting out of your head, rather than your head going, oh, they're going to think I'm stupid. Oh, I'm going to say something wrong. Oh, they're not going to listen to me. Like, you're not going to get noticed if you don't speak out. I guess depending on what job you're doing, but generally, you know, if you're in a meeting and you have kind of weekly roundups with your boss or your colleagues and you're not speaking, then you're not going to get remembered.
No, totally. It all comes down to confidence. I mean, it's only since I've been doing the coaching the last like 5-6 years that I've realized like how important it is. I think we always knew, but you look back, don't you, and you think, wow, if I'd have had more confidence then, I would have spoken up, I would have done that. I wouldn't have let that hold me back. But you can see how it's in every single area of your life. And so if you can break through that fear when you're younger, I mean, how different everything is. I mean, you can see things. Fear is just the biggest blocker, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be. And then like transferring that then into different things. And I did a play, and I never thought I'd do a play. Like a paid for play. Like, they didn't pay me, but people paid to get tickets for it. And like standing up and, you know, on a stage and remembering lines, and that was scary. But then
that's hard.
It can bring you into like, oh, I done it in that scenario, therefore if I get asked to do, you know, a talk at a conference or to some stakeholders, then I've got that memory bank of, oh, I did it in that situation, I can do it somewhere else.
It all helps. We've got a comment on Instagram. Hi Maham, she says, where is this live? We're in Dubai and UK. Thanks for joining. But yeah, no, absolutely. Everything you do, and you're training yourself that you've done it before. Yeah, you can do it again. I guess the only thing is, well, even if it goes badly wrong, I guess you could say, well, I survived it. Exactly. I mean, you know, if you don't do it, I think that's the worst thing, isn't it? If you just the inaction and not doing it and succumb into that fear, because then so many times, like with drama, I didn't like it because I was uncomfortable. I probably could have enjoyed it because it was fun what we were doing, but I was just so scared of being in the spotlight. So, you know, I avoided it. So I didn't choose it and I didn't face it. And then that probably led to other things me not doing. not being the center, not wanting to speak up in class, the whole thing of speaking up, I just avoided my whole life. It's
not anymore.
Not anymore. We've got a question from Sarah on Instagram. She says, what are some of the, sorry, I know you haven't finished explaining everything, but what are the most important leadership skills that can be developed during childhood?
I think emotional granularity. I know you've got that lovely wheel that you put up on you've put up on your Instagram before. I think that's key, because if we're leading or wanting to lead, then we might have doubts. We might think, oh, people aren't going to listen to me, or oh, my accent isn't quite right, or oh, I don't look the part, or I'm a woman, maybe in some cases. So really honing in from a young age on emotional granularity.
Can you explain more about what that is for our audience?
So I first learned about it from a book called How Emotions Are Made by Lisa Feldman Barrett. I heard about her at a conference by Susan Friedman, an animal training conference, and she talks about how to really fine-tune words, so not just rely on little words like happy, but look for the grains in those, so joy or blissfulness. Really hone in on your experience. And she also talks about how different languages have different words for different experiences that our mother tongue might not. So one really struck me when I was hitting 30, a German word called Torschlusspanik. Probably pronounced that wrong, apologies. But it talks about like the idea that the gate is shutting on life. It talks about, by the time the idea that when you're 30, you would have had this by now, or would have had that by now. And in English, we haven't really got a word for that. So we might be like, oh, we're depressed. Oh, we haven't got, I don't know, 500K in the bank. I thought I'd have that by now. And yeah, it talks about how words can really help reframe your experience and what you're feeling inside. Yeah, so
words are so powerful. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like you can imagine, like someone saying, you're being naughty, like as a child, you're being naughty, or no, you're being bad. Like, what does that actually look like? Like, what is the behavior?
Wow.
Why are they feeling? Why are they, doing that? And also talking about, this is from her book as well. I think she's amazing. She's so clever. How if you don't like something a child's doing, don't just say, oh, you're being naughty. Like, say, I don't like the way you're speaking to your sister. It will upset her. Can you remember when, I don't know, Johnny at school did that to you and you were really upset? How do you feel? Like really honing on the exact behavior rather than just be like, you're naughty. And
brilliant. Yeah, because we don't really know what you mean. Exactly. Yeah. It's about effective communication again.
Yeah. Same with dogs. Like, obviously a dog.
Oh yeah, tell us about the connection with animals. I know.
Obviously a dog's not going to understand if you say they're naughty, but like people come to me obviously and say, oh, my dog's stubborn, or my dog's dominant, or my dog's, I don't know, silly, or whatever. But they're just like labels. They're just words. It doesn't actually explain the behavior and what they're seeing. And labels can lead to misunderstanding, because if you think a dog is being dominant, then you're going to think you need to get one over on them, and then you can ruin the bond with them.
So labels are not good then, even if you've got the right label.
Like, people have called me shy before, and I don't think I'm shy, but in certain situations, maybe I'm.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. In fact, you just reminded me, and that is the thing as well, isn't it? Shy is just a behavior. It's not who you are.
Exactly.
It's just something maybe you've practiced, so you're better at it than other things. But yeah, labels, you're right, actually, avoiding labels in general. But yeah, carry on.
So yeah, that's the emotional granularity, and just really looking at like behaviors and teaching children empathy with themselves. Like, am I feeling these physical sensations in my body because I'm down, or could I be hungry, or could I be not getting enough sleep, or could I be hormonal, periods, that affects how someone's feeling.
Absolutely.
And if we're feeling crappy, knowing why we're feeling crappy can then lead us to take action to amend that, and then we can lead again, be better at work, be better in business, but knowing where you are and why you're there, I think that's key. But just saying, like, having just basic words, I'm not reducing depression, like that's a really debilitating illness, of course, but if there's if you're down versus depressed, like they're very different, but physical
exactly,
might feel very similar.
And also it comes out differently with everyone as well, doesn't it? Like what might make me feel better might not make you feel better. Depends on what it is. But no, absolutely. And okay, we've got some more questions coming up here on Instagram. Hi everybody, thank you for joining. If you have any questions about this topic, please feel free to comment or ask us. We love hearing your opinions and questions. Natalia says, how do play and creativity contribute to leadership development in children?
My mum works at an after school club, and she does do some she collects all these craft products, and the children absolutely love it. And when I paused there, I was thinking about, I think it was your niece. They did I think it was a butterfly or something, and they put it on your mum's door.
Oh, probably, yeah. I can't remember now.
Something really pretty, and your pictures that the children do in schools. I mean, speaking for myself, I know when I did a mosaic course, it really helped me switch off, because I was just focusing on what I was actually doing, like the gluing and checking that it was the right size and the right color. And it really helped me focus on what I was doing, rather than having my phone, having my laptop, having my diary, TV, just focusing on the task at hand.
Being present.
That would be an amazing leadership quality if people thought before they acted. I mean, look at some world leaders now, if they thought a bit more.
Definitely. And I think also when you encourage children to be creative, it's like they're learning what is really inside them, kind of. So building that relationship with themselves, aren't they? Learning to trust themselves. There's so many things that you need to do to be creative. Like you said, you focus, you have to be present, mindfulness, listen to yourself, what's really going on inside. So I think that's brilliant. So what else would you say then? So we've mentioned quite a lot of skills here. So the main skills then you've said are self-awareness. What else have you said?
Emotional granularity.
Yeah, of course, that was the main thing.
Drama or any kind of form of debates or something, just people, kids giving their opinions, having an opinion on something. Because there's so much loud noise on social media. It's two camps of different ideas, and it just feels like there's no desire to help understand somebody else's experience. Which is really scary, because you think, and it takes a lot of effort to understand a vastly different opinion to yours, but it helps to make friends or just get on in life. If you have a vastly different, I remember we've got a graveyard behind our house, and some kids, I don't know how old they were, 13, and I think there was a homeless man. I'm presuming that he was homeless, and one of the boys was like, oh well, it's his own fault, he should just go out and get a job. And that guy you know, that boy doesn't know anything about that person's experience. And I think just labeling people and describing them as other and having absolutely no kind of empathy of what
that's awful.
They might have gone through.
Obviously, he heard that at home, probably.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember going to a talk. I did a talk at a private school about my business journey, and I talked about the Prince's Trust, and I said, does anybody know what the Prince's Trust is? And someone put their hand up and said, it's something for poor people.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think it's again, you know, and anyone can apply to get support from the King's Trust. So you know, I think it's reframing ideas and like hanging out with people that are different to you. That's so important.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So important.
Absolutely. No, yeah, I think so. You've got a worldly view rather than just a tiny, tiny view of life, just how you're living it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Goes without saying.
Yeah. Like, you know,
hi, all supermarketers. Oh, how are you? Thanks for joining. Right. No, exactly. Okay. We have another question on Instagram. How can we encourage children to take initiative without pushing them too hard?
That's a great question. In terms of pets and things, you know, if you've got a pet, like letting a child, I'm just trying to think of like you know, to have a pet, you need to be responsible and you need to maintain routine and you need to make sure like list of things are done every day, you know, play, companionship, change their water, clean out their litter tray, clean out their cage, you know, brush them, you know, they're all key things that help build bonds, provide predictability, routine,
and compassion as well. That teaches you empathy and compassion. Yeah,
exactly. So, you know, thinking about what's the skill you want them to develop and how can you nurture that, like seeing what they actually want to do. You know, the Euros, you know, the England football team did so amazingly well. But when I was a kid, like I used to play a bit with my uncle, like I used to be in goal, but I wouldn't have wanted to, you know, go and play football. So I think pushing a child into something they really don't want to do isn't ideal either.
No, absolutely. And hi, Chisamo, I hope I was pronouncing that correctly. Greetings from Malawi. Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, you're right. It's not just about teaching these basic skills of empathy, communication, emotional awareness, and all of those things. Sometimes, yeah, it surprises me that we have to teach empathy, to be honest. But
well, I think we do. I mean, there's more cases than ever before of children being referred for lower level, and some high level animal cruelty. And obviously, if a child's doing that from a young age, it's a red flag that they might abuse later on in life in some cases.
Totally.
People. So
I guess you're right. It starts with animals, but
not just animals, but yeah, that's just kind of something.
You know, I remember when I was at school, and there was a child in our class, and he would do things to like guinea pigs and stuff, and we just knew there was something not quite right. It's like, well, if you can do that to an animal, I know what you mean. No, brilliant. Right, we're nearly out of time, so thank you so much, Lisa, for coming on. It's been really interesting. What else? Is there anything else you would like to say before you go?
Yeah, there was one other thing that I read in the book as well about concepts, like reframing experiences. So she talks about, Lisa Barrett talks about how if her daughter was upset or stressed with something, she'd talk about from a young age, is the cranky fairy here? And it can help her kind of reframe the situation she's in and get out of it more quickly, because we want to kind of, rather than ruminate and like sit and stew in that stress, you know, we want to get up and move and, you know, get on our bike or go to the gym and kind of re-challenge and recultivate the emotions we're feeling in our body, because it can feel horrible. Like when we're stressed and upset, like we feel it like through our body, can't we? It's really real.
And you can let it can take over. And it happens all the time. And I always think when I get into that state, I think nothing's going to make me feel okay. But then once you finally, I'm getting better at it now, like quicker to respond and do something. And you always do feel a bit better, even if it's a tiny bit better. If you get out, if you move, if you do something.
Yeah.
The worst thing is just, sitting in it.
Stewing in it.
Yeah. But you have to keep reminding ourselves this. But no, thank you, Lisa. How can people find you?
So my behaviour service for cats is called St. Claus Academy, and my behaviour service for dogs is St. Paul's Training Academy. Like I said, I provide talks in schools. Could do online ones if you know, they're not local to St. Albans. But yeah, that's where you can find me. And I've got a podcast as well, St. Claus Academy, which the Contented Cat Cast, which is all about cats behaviour.
Amazing. Can you put links to all of that and your Instagram on the post?
Yeah, of course.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you, everyone, for joining. If you have any questions about the topics, please email or message Lisa directly. And thank you so much, Lisa. And I'll see you all next week.
Thank you.